Welcome to practice. Come on up to a seat and start to roll the shoulders back and down. Take some deep breaths and move the head around. And we'll up and over, big side bend. Ground through the right hip and reach through the right fingers. We're going to draw the chin along the necklace lines. So like you're tracing a necklace from one shoulder to the other shoulder. And switch sides, right arm down, left arm up. Ground through the left hip, reach through the left fingers. And trace your necklace line with your chin. Opening up through the side of your neck, the back of your neck, and reaching through that left side body. And come on up and clasp the hands, flip the palms to the sky. Big breath in, lift the chest up. As you exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, press the hands forward. Inhale, lift up like you're reaching up through a domed ceiling. Reach up and exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, press the hands forward. Inhale to lift up, reaching up. Exhale to round. One more time. Inhale, lift through the thumb. Exhale, round. This time lift all the way up. Stay lifted. Straighten the arms. Hug the elbows towards you, but draw the shoulders down. So if you have a frame around your head, it's getting longer and taller. Now look down at your ribs and hug the front low ribs up into your midline, but pull the fingers backwards. Shoulders draw down. Arms getting a little closer to each other, but also getting longer and taller. Meanwhile, relax the hips, the hip flexors, relax the butt, relax the legs. On your next inhale, lift the arms a little higher and separate the hands. Exhale, twist to your right. Right hand behind you. Left hand can grab the outer right leg. Draw the shoulders down. And roll the pelvis forward ever so slightly. Lift the chest up and twist a little more through your ribs. Feel free to move the head and neck around if you want, so just don't let the neck get strained here. Find some space for the cervical spine. On your next inhale, rise back up, reach the arms to the sky, grow tall, and exhale, twist to your left. Left hand comes in pretty close behind you, so it can help you sit up. Right hand is grabbing the outer left leg. Roll the pelvis ever so slightly forward and hug the belly in to meet that, so you can twist a little bit deeper through the ribs. Find some length here. On your inhale, rise back up, reach up, and exhale, forward fold. Both hands to the front of your mat, sway side to side. And just take a few slow, deep breaths here. Slowly rise all the way up and onto your back body. All the way onto your back, hug your knees to your chest, rock side to side or forward and back. Just start to release through the neck and head, relax through the lower back. And take the feet to the floor and the hands behind the head. Clasp the hands. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, pull the low belly down and lift the ribs up, but don't curl up towards the legs. Just lift the ribs off the floor. We're going to take the hands away from the head, so you're just using your neck and your core, and then take your hands back to the space behind your head. Now take your hands away from your head and then back to your head. One more time, away from the head and back to the head. When you come back to the head, let the head rest in the hands and lift the ribs up a little bit higher. Look at your belly and pull it down. And we'll pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift and curl all the way up to your legs. Pull the belly down. Inhale, lower down, lengthen the spine. And exhale, curl up, pull the low belly down. Inhale, lower and lengthen. And exhale, curl up. Pause. Take the weight of your head out of your hands and just use your core and your neck strength for a moment. And then bring the hands back to the head. Let the head rest in the hands, but lift the ribs higher. And we'll pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Take the hands by your sides with the palms facing down. Let the shoulders relax and the head and the neck relax. Take a deep breath in through the upper chest. As you exhale, pull the belly down, draw the knees to your chest, and try to lift the hips off the floor like you're trying to get a block underneath your hips. Inhale, lower the hips, tap the feet to the floor, and exhale, draw the knees in, lift the hips higher. Inhale, tap the feet further away from you, and exhale, draw it in, lift the hips. Inhale, tap the feet further away from you, and exhale, draw it in, lift the hips. Inhale, extend the legs all the way out if you can. And exhale, draw the knees in. Try to keep the heels to your butt as you lift the hips. Inhale, extend the legs out. Hug the low belly down. Exhale, draw the knees in. Lift the hips. 3 more. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, draw it in. Lift the hips. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, draw it in. Lift the hips. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, draw it in, lift the hips, pause. Feel where your hips are in space, lift a little higher, and then we're gonna pulse up higher than this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the feet to the floor and the hands to your belly and give your belly a big shake. You can feel free to open the mouth and exhale, maybe making some sound on your exhale. All right, fingers to your heels, bridge pose, lift the hips up. Now first let's bend the elbows and point the fingers to the sky. We're gonna walk the elbows closer to each other and the upper arms closer to each other. So the shoulders will roll under a little bit. Now press through the arms to lift the ribs, press through the feet to lift the hips. And imagine someone's dragging your tailbone away from your upper back ribs. So you want to feel that there's some space and length through the lower back. You're lifting the hips, but you're not crunching the hips into your ribs. You want to lengthen. From here, take the hands down to the floor so just the pinkies come to the floor. The thumbs are kind of facing up towards the sky. The palms are facing each other. Straighten the arms as though you were going to lift the elbows off. And lift the ribs a little, lift the hips a little higher. Slowly release the arms from underneath you. Lower the ribs, lower the hips, and take the legs to the sky. Take the hands behind the head. If you need to, you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Otherwise, straighten the legs and doll feet through the balls of the feet, spread out through the toes. Hug the low belly down, and we're going to lower halfway through the legs to a 45-degree angle and back up to 90. Halfway to 45 and back up to 90. 3 more. Halfway to 45, back up to 90. Halfway down and back up. Last one. And back up. Now don't let your legs come closer to your body, to your chest at all. Don't let them pass your belly button line. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, curl the torso up. Don't let the legs come closer to you. Lift the ribs up higher. Inhale, lower the torso. And exhale, lift. Pull the belly down, lift the ribs higher. Inhale, lower the torso. Exhale, lift the ribs, pull the belly down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now pause. From here, we're going to lower the legs halfway to 45 degrees and pause for 5. Lift the ribs a little higher. 4. Draw the low belly down. 3. Let the head rest in the hands. 2. Lift the ribs. and 1. Now elbows to knees, knees to elbows. Curl everything in and exhale everything out, all your breath out. Inhale, extend the legs out away from you, lower the torso, and exhale, curl in. Pull the low belly down, lift hips, lift ribs. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Lift the ribs, lift the hips. Inhale, lower and lengthen. Exhale, draw it in, lifting up. Inhale, lower and lengthen. Exhale, draw it in, lifting up. Inhale, lower and lengthen. Exhale, draw it in and pause. Now lift the hips more, lift the ribs more. Take the knees to the left a few inches so the space opens up in front of your chest. And we'll pulse up for 5, 4. Don't pull on your head. 3, 2, 1. Knees to the right, elbows to the left of center, pulsing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees wide, elbows to the center, pulsing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up to the sky. Last part, pulsing up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. The legs are halfway down, 45-degree angle, pulsing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Move the knees side to side. Maybe you're going to let out some sighs or you're going to rub your belly out. Start to let the body release any layers of anxiety or tension that you might be carrying around. It's good to feel. So just let your body feel, let your body release as it naturally will. We're going to come right back up to a second round of bridge, so you can tap your fingers to your heels just for a decent reference point. Lift the hips up. This time we'll clasp the hands, roll the shoulders under. Now feel what we were feeling before with the arms drawing down to lift the ribs up. Press through the arms to lift the ribs, and press through the feet to lift the hips. Open up through the front of your body and breathe. Send some deep breath, but also an intention and an affirmation into your body. So it might be, I am open, or I am strong, or I am free, I am focused. What do you need today? And just feel that and breathe into yourself. One more big breath. Slowly release the arms, lower the torso, roll over, come on up to hands and knees. Okay, from hands and knees, we'll take cat and cow. Inhale, belly down, heart forward, hips pull back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. And we'll keep going like this. Inhale, belly down, heart forward. Exhale, round. Find your own pace of movement and breath, and let that be your way into your body, deeper, deeper, feeling your pace, feeling your movement, feeling your breath. And see if your body wants to go side to side or around in a circle. Let your spine open up in a way that feels really natural for you and that feels really present. We're going to start to take this into some hip circles. My suggestion is to take the knees farther apart and potentially the hands and the knees farther apart as well. So knees farther apart from each other and maybe the hands farther away from the knees. Start some hip circles in one direction. And after you've done a few in one direction, take it in the opposite direction, and you might feel a spot along the way that feels really good to stay. So for me, it feels really good to stay close to my heels and just go side to side like I'm tracing a smiley face or the bottom of a circle. And see what feels good for you. And we'll make our way back to hands and knees. From hands and knees, take the right leg behind you and the left arm forward. Right leg back. Straighten it out really strong. Left arm forward, straighten it out. Now hug your low belly up into your back body. So press more into your right hand. A deep breath in to lengthen out more. Exhale, elbow to knee all the way in, all the way in. Let all the air out. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Feel your fingertips so you're not only on the heel of the hand. Exhale in. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, draw it in. One more. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, draw it in. Reach it out and pause. Tuck the left toes under. Now make the right arm really strong, so lift the ribs away from the floor. See if you can come off of your left knee and keep the rest of your body just as it is. If you don't want to lift off of your knee, just imagine taking some weight off of your knee and see what happens. We're going to slowly lower the left hand and lift the right leg up into a three-legged dog. Reach it up and back, reach it up and back. It's okay if it's a shorter stance than normal, just stretch it out for a moment. And then we'll return back to hands and knees. Move hips and head around a little bit. Maybe exhaling audibly, just let the body relax a bit here. Okay, so we're coming into the opposite side. Left leg back, right arm forward. Hug the low belly up and into the back body. Lift the whole rib cage away from the floor. Pause here. Take a nice deep breath to lengthen the arm and the leg. And exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. We'll do a few of these. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. This time, reach it out and pause. Really lift the ribs away from the floor. Make that left arm really strong. Tuck the right toes under. See if you can lift the right knee off the floor a little bit. Reaching through the arm and the leg. You got to hug the midline a little bit. Reach the heart forward. We'll lower the right hand. Lift the left leg to three-legged dog. Reach up through that leg. Press through the hands. Breathe. And slowly lower back down to hands and knees. Head and hips around a little bit. Maybe an audible exhale or a lip buzz. Just letting your body release as you go. Okay, we're taking the right arm off the floor. You can wave the hand, make sure you know it's your right hand, and then reach through and under all the way over to the left. Place the left hand right in front of your face. So your left elbow is making a right angle. And press that hand into the floor to twist your left ribs up towards the sky. So if your knees are really close to your shoulders, walk your knees back a little bit. Yeah. And then really feel your right arm reaching through. You could stay right here. I'll give you some options. You could stay right here. You could also lift the left arm to the sky. And you could even pull that left arm back, reaching through the arms. Yep. Or take it behind your lower back. Grab your right inner thigh or your hip. Stay with your breath. It's the last option. Let's all do this together. Left hand comes back to the floor, right in front of your face. Now walk it forward, 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 like you're reaching for something in front of you. Now close your left shoulder down towards the floor, down towards your right arm, like you're closing a book. And reach through the arm, even though the shoulder is drawing down. Okay, slowly come back up so your left hand can come in front of your face. Right arm comes up. Maybe you're going to move it around, shake it out for a second. And we'll do the opposite side. So the left arm comes up and the left arm reaches through, all the way through. Take your right hand directly in front of your face so it's not forward or out. It's right in front of your face so your right arm is a right angle. Your elbows at a right angle. Press into that hand to twist the ribs. The hips are pulling back slightly. If you need to walk the knees back, you can. You could stay here, or you could lift that right arm up. Press more through the bottom arm if you're doing that. And maybe that right arm is either reaching back or coming behind the low back. Stay with your breath and make sure you're not straining the neck or any other parts of your body. Stay with your breath. When you're ready, from wherever you are, we're all going to take the right hand to the floor and spider walk the fingers forward. Hug it closer to your head a little bit, and then close the shoulder down, almost like you're trying to touch the right shoulder to the left shoulder. You're closing it down and slightly in. Reach more through the right arm, so you're actually pressing into the right hand. Okay, right hand back to the floor in front of your face. Press into it to lift up. Shake your left arm out or your right arm, whatever you need to, and we'll find our way into downward dog. From downward dog, step your hands one palm print farther away from your feet or your feet back. So you're just separating your hands and feet just a little bit more. Bend and straighten one knee at a time. Shake the head out. Feel the body opening up to you, to your attention. Opening your own body up to your attention. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. On your inhale, lift halfway, reach the heart forward, and exhale, bow down, release. Inhale, rise up, reach up, arms and heart to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, from here, just move the head around a little bit and relax the head. At neutral, we'll lift and lower the heels, little calf raises. And as you're here, press the hands together and remind yourself of your affirmation. So it could be the same affirmation that you said as we were in that bridge pose, but create an I am statement and lift off of the heels and stay here. And say your I am statement to yourself. So whatever your affirmation is. I am present is a good default if you don't have another affirmation. Slowly lower the heels. On your inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana all the way down. Inhale, halfway, heart rises forward. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Pause and plank. Rock forward and back, so your heels are going forward and back. Your whole body is strong like a plank. Try not to lift your hips or lower your hips too much. Nice. And then the whole body pauses. Imagine you have a pencil in your belly button and you're going to draw some circles on the floor. So your hips are going in a circle in one direction. Breathe. See if you can get some weight in every single fingertip along the way, and then go in the opposite direction. The heart reaches forward. The head might want to sag down. Keep the neck long. Legs are strong. Come back to center. Stillness in your plank. Hug the low belly in. Engage the legs. Lift the chest. We'll take the right leg off the floor and take the right toes to the left heel. So split the big toe and the second toe with your left heel or ankle or Achilles. Now reach the heart forward. Engage both legs. They're probably going to want to sag a little bit. Engage the quadriceps. And we'll take the right foot to the floor. Lift the left leg off. Strong legs. Left toes to the right heel. Breathe. Stay strong through the hands. Don't just sink into the heels of the hands. Press through the whole entire hand. And left foot to the floor. Bend the knees to the floor, even if you know you're really good at push-ups. Lift the chest up. The elbows are coming to the ribs, like a string is there between the elbows and the ribs. You're going to make that string disappear and then reappear. Disappear and reappear several times. Shoulders draw down away from the ears. The neck is long. The breath is meeting your intensity. Lower all the way to your belly. Come up to Cobra. Hug the elbows in. Shoulders down, look around, left and right, up and down, around in a circle. Back to neutral neck. Hug the low belly and tuck the toes from your core, from your belly button. Lift up to down dog. Take some deep breaths and just feel. Maybe you want to move around, maybe you want to be still. Feel your body. Right leg to the sky, reach it up. Open the hip, move that right leg around. You could bend the knee if you want, and just move your right leg opening up. Find some length through both arms. Spread out through the fingers. Make sure you're not only in the heels of your hands. And step forward to a lunge, high lunge. We're gonna lift the arms to the sky and then just roll the fingers and wrists around. Hook the thumbs together, pull the thumbs apart, and then we're gonna take the arms forward and back, forward and back. Now let's stay back, and you might find that your ribs wanna arch out. Let's do that for a second. So arch the ribs out, lower the hips, and now look at your ribs and hug them in. You can take the head around in a circle or down around side to side, but keep the thumbs pulling apart, the arms pulling backwards, but don't overarch. So now we're just getting a shoulder stretch. We're gonna take the thumbs up and over to your right side. Lower the hips if you can by bending the right knee, and then feel your left heel, the back heel, hug in towards the midline. Okay, slowly release, shake the arms out a little bit, and we'll twist. Left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. Now, if you can, look at your right hip, lower it down by bending the knee, hug it in towards the left hip, and then down towards the back left heel. Twist the ribs now. So the hips are stable, so twist the ribs towards the sky. Back leg is strong. See if you can lift the back knee, back thigh a little bit. Take some weight out of your left hand and by bringing more weight onto the legs. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Right leg reaches back to plank. Feel free to keep it off the floor if you want more challenge. Lower chaturanga into up dog or cobra and back to down dog. Reach the hips up and back, stretch through the arms, breathe and feel. Left leg to the sky, open the hip, bend the knee if you like, move that leg around. Stay strong through the whole hand. Make sure your index finger and thumb are connected to the floor. And send it forward to a high lunge. Arms rise up. First, just kind of shake out the wrists or the shoulders. Move the arms around in a way that feels good to you. And we're going to hook the thumbs. Move the arms forward and back a few times. Okay, arms stay back, lower into your left thigh. Look down at your ribs. So instead of overarching, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to hug the ribs in and pull the arms back. Now move the head around and just feel where your neck can release. Stay present with your upper body. So upper body is breathing deeply through the lungs and the ribs. We'll take the thumbs over to your left. Over to your left. Yep. So you're reaching the right side long. Right leg reaches back. Right ribs lift up. Okay, slowly come back to neutral. Twist. Right hand to the floor. Left arm to the sky. Now look at your left hip. Draw your left hip down towards the floor by bending the left knee. In towards your right hip. And then back towards the right inner heel. Lift the ribs. Lift the left arm. We'll take some weight out of the right hand by pressing more into the legs. So the back leg is super strong and long. Breathe to the upper chest. Okay, left hand to the floor. Reach the left leg back to plank or keep it hovering above the floor. Move through your vinyasa, either chaturanga or knees first, and then to up dog or cobra, and up and back to down dog. Now pause here. Press through the arms. We're gonna hug the arms towards each other. Energetically, just hug the upper arms and the lower arms towards each other. Now press more, like your arms just grew 6 inches. Press more into the arms and the hands, and lift the hips up like you've got your best friend grabbing onto your hips. giving you a little support, and breathe into that length. Okay, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, heart lengthens forward. Exhale, bow down, and just hold either the big toes or grab behind your legs. Give yourself a little forward fold for a few moments. Maybe an exhale audibly, or a lip buzz, or just some nice slow breath. Keep tuning into your body, seeing where you can give yourself more attention, more presence. Just noticing whatever arises. And we're going to give ourselves a little leg massage, starting with the calves. Just give yourself a little massage up and down both calves. Okay, and then pound out the back of your calves and the sides of your calves. And we'll work our way up the back of your legs, the hamstrings. You can pound, you can massage, you can do whatever you want. Getting into the IT bands as well on the sides of the legs. Maybe you're going to even go all the way up to your lower back. Pound it out a little bit. And slowly rise up. When you rise up, roll the shoulders down and back a few times. Move the head around, bend the knees. And then just shake it out. So my suggestion is a little hop through the heels, but if you want, you can lift all the way off like little jumps. Nice. From here, hands together, top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway, reach the heart forward. Exhale, step or hop to plank pose, lowering through your vinyasa and find your way back to down dog. Use your hands, use your core. Right leg to the sky, reach it up. Right knee to your chest, hug it in close. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale to the right upper arm. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale to the left upper arm. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, right foot forward, high lunge, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, hola. Bend the elbows, bend the knee. Keep going like this. Teddy? No entiendo. Okay, pause here with your elbows bent. Pause with both knees bent. Lift the chest, shoulders draw down. We're going to straighten the back leg and lift the arms to the sky. So back leg is straight, front knee is really bent. Lower down a little deeper if you can and feel the strength of your legs. Take a big breath in to lift the fingers. And as you exhale, sweep the torso and the hands forward, down, and all the way back. As you inhale, lift all the way up, lift the chest, lift the heart. As you exhale, arms and torso forward, down, and back. One more time, inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, forward, down, and back. We'll pause right here, hug the belly and lift the chest. Either staying right here or step on, lift the back leg, reach the heart forward. If you need to change your hands, they could be at your waist, by your side, to the chest, out in front. Now try to get your body flat like a table. So the back leg is flat, parallel to the floor. The torso is parallel to the floor. And we're going to step way back to warrior two. Warrior two. Right knee bends, left leg straight, arms wide. Soften the neck and the shoulders. Left arm back, right arm up. And the right forearm to the thigh, left arm up and over. Extended side angle. We're going to stay here for a moment, hug the low belly in, and then take your left hand behind you. So we're in warrior two with the right knee bent. and the right forearm to the thigh. The left hand comes behind the head. You're pressing the head back into the hand. So you want to get that stretch through the left shoulder. And whenever we press the hand back, it's just giving that little external rotation to the shoulder. Now see if you're connected through your core. Hug the belly in, and then we're going to take some weight off of your right arm. Maybe you can lift and lower it. If that feels doable, reach it forward just for 3. Hug the belly in, press the head back, 2 and 1. Lower that right hand to your ankle. Lift the left arm to the sky. Take a big breath in. And we'll take both hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk out to the diagonal, away from your hips on a diagonal, and just pause here. We're gonna lower the right knee more. So you're bending the right knee more. Lengthen through the upper body like a downward dog diagonal in your upper body, and a warrior 2 deep lunge in your lower body. Take a few breaths. Press more through the right foot. And when you press through the right foot, feel or imagine that your right hip is drawing back towards your left heel. We're slowly walking the hands in, and we're coming to plank or one-legged plank. So if you need to stretch that right leg around, you can just kind of move it, shake it out after that deep stretch. And we'll come back to a regular plank. Reach the heart forward, engage the legs, press through the fingers, press through the hands. We're gonna do 5 push-ups, up to you if you wanna lower the knees to the floor. Bend and straighten the elbows, bend and straighten. 3 more, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Lower chaturanga or knees first. Inhale to up dog or cobra. From your core, lift to downward dog. And imagine your best friend is here, pulling your hips up and back, giving you a little extra support. Elbows and forearms hug in towards each other. Arms grow longer, taller, stronger. Left leg to the sky, deep breath in. Exhale, left knee to the chest, hug it in close. Inhale, lift left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to the outer left arm. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to the right arm. Inhale, up and back. Step forward to high lunge. Inhale the left arm, or both arms to the sky. And exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, pull it in, make some bicep muscles. Inhale at your pace, lifting and straightening both legs and arms. Exhale at your pace, bending. And we'll do a few of these. The next time you bend, pause, relax the neck and the shoulders, hug the elbows in for a moment, and straighten the back leg. Try to straighten the back leg, but bend the left knee a little bit more. Now we'll reach both arms to the sky. Keep the torso long and the arms straight. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, the torso and the arms go forward, down, and the arms continue back. 2 more like that. Inhale to lift the upper body, keep the lower body low. Exhale, forward, down, and back. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward, down, and back. Now pause right here. Hug the low belly and lift the chest up a little bit. You could stay right here, or you could step on your left leg and lift the right leg. Now, if you need to change your hands, hands could be at your waist or at your chest, or you could challenge more by reaching them out in front. We're gonna slowly step back to a warrior 2. So now the left knee is bent. The right leg is straight. Arms are wide. Relax your neck a little bit. Breathe and feel. Reverse your warrior, right arm back, left arm up. Maybe lowering the left knee a little bit and then reaching the fingers away from that left thigh. And left forearm to the thigh, right arm up and over. Pause here. Ground through both feet. We're going to take the right hand behind the head. So bend the elbow, press the head back into the hand, but again, don't overarch the belly and the chest forward. Hug the belly in. We'll open up through the right elbow towards the sky, back the ribs up a little bit. If you can, take some weight out of your left arm, lift and lower, lift and lower. Maybe reach it forward for 3, 2, 1. Lower the left hand to the ankle. Right arm to the sky. Deep breath in. And exhale, both hands to the inside of the left foot. Now walk out the diagonal away from your left foot. Pause, bend the left knee a little more so your hips lower a little deeper. And as you do that, press into the left foot and draw the left hip back towards your right heel. Stay with your breath here. Okay, both hands walk in. We're coming back to plank or one-legged plank. You could move that left leg around if you need to. And come back to a regular plank. From here, take the feet wider than hip width apart. Feet wider. Look forward with your chest, but hug your shoulders down. And don't move your hips at all. And take some weight out of your right hand, but don't lift your right hand off the floor. Just empty it out. Like no one around you is going to see what you're doing. And then replace all the weight into it. Don't move your body or your hips at all. And take the weight out of your left hand without lifting it off. Now replace the weight in both hands evenly. Take the weight out of your right foot without lifting it off. And replace that weight. Take the weight out of your left foot without lifting it off. And lower down. We're going to bend the knees, wide child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. Lower the hips. Now from here, let's add a little shoulder stretch. Clasp the hands, bend the elbows, and walk your elbows farther forward like they were little legs walking farther forward away from your body. And then press the palms together and lower the chest down and breathe. Slowly come up to your forearms. Now walk the knees in to hip width apart. Walk the elbows forward. Either hands are clasped or palms are flat. Lift the knees, forearm plank. Lift the chest. Engage the legs. So the tendency here would be to either lift the hips up a little higher or lower the hips down. So let's do both of those. Let's lift the hips up a little bit higher than center and then pass through center. Lower the hips a little lower. Lift a little higher and lower. And then make that smaller and smaller until you pause in what feels like center to you. Press through the forearms. Now the chest, if it was a flashlight, don't let it point towards the floor under you. Reach it forward. Reach it forward so it's shining forward. Shoulders draw in. Now we're going to lift the hips, walk the feet forward, and your heart flashlight is shining towards the toes. Hug the low belly up and in. Imagine your best friend is back, lifting your hips up out of your ribs. Ribs up out of the shoulders. Shoulders up out of the elbows, and then press through the forearms all the way down to the wrist side of your forearm. And check out your head and your neck. Check out your attitude. Like, are you super straining, or can you kind of feel the pose but relax into it a little bit more? Child's pose or any kind of rest that feels good. Breathe and feel, breathe and feel. Okay, come on up to hands and knees. From here, we're coming up to downward dog. From downward dog, we're gonna step the feet a little closer, one footprint closer than you'd normally have your body. And then right when you do that, lift the hips up and back. So you've got some length through the arms. Now we're gonna lift the right leg, bend the right knee. We're aiming to grab the left hand to the right foot. So your left hand is gonna lift off. See if it can reach the right foot. If that doesn't feel good, just keep that right leg lifted without the hands off the floor. Okay, or you could grab your left leg instead of grabbing the right leg. Meaning your left standing leg if you're choosing that. Yep, and if you're choosing that, pull the hips back. So pull your left hip back. Left hip back, left hip back, left hip back and up. Nice, so slowly release that. We're gonna switch sides. So left leg lifts up. Now don't let the right hip fall over or get closer to the floor. You want the right hip to pull back. Stabilize through the hips and then see if your right hand can either grab behind your right standing leg or up to your left leg. Don't let your right hip sag down at all. Press strong through the standing arm. Nice. We're going to lower both hands, both knees to the floor. Sit on your heels. Maybe you're going to roll the shoulders out or the wrists out or the head around. Just remember your animal body knows exactly how to relax and release in any given moment. We're coming into one-sided camel. So if you have a block and you want to use it, grab it and put it behind you. Otherwise, right hand to the floor. Lift the hips and lift the left arm up. You could keep the left arm behind you, reaching. You could also take the left hand to your head if you need a little more support for your neck. Get that, that chest and shoulder stretch if you want. Either way, most important is to press into the shins and the feet. Lift a little weight out of your standing arm. One more big breath here. Okay, lower down and switch sides. Left hand back. Lift the hips, lift the right arm, breathe and feel. Press through the feet, press through the shins, lift the ribs, open up. Okay, slowly lower down. We're gonna come into a low lizard lunge. So hands forward, right foot to the outside of the right hand. First, let's lift the left knee off the floor, but lower the hips as though your hips were gonna go all the way down to the heels of your hands. Lift the chest up. Reach through the back leg like your back knee is lifting up as your hips get lower. And then slowly release the back knee to the floor. You can feel free to untuck. The right hand that's close to the right foot is gonna reach up and back. You could turn the right toes out and see if you can grab that back foot with your right hand. Now adjust your left hand to be where it feels supportive, but you're not like jamming into it. So you can move it forward, you can move it out. And again, feel free to move the head around. Some other possibilities that I'll throw out there are bending and straightening your back elbow and pressing the foot and the hand together as you do that, like you're just creating a bit of resistance. If you press more into the front foot, you're going to get a little bit more leverage to deepen your twist. Okay. Whenever you're ready, release the back foot, and that right hand that was holding it is going to come forward all the way in front, but to the floor. Don't reach it out, reach it to the floor. Spider walk it forward, forward, forward. Maybe you're coming down to the left forearm. Reach that right arm forward as though you were gonna lay your entire front body flat on the floor. And then just a few little pulses in the right foot. Your right foot presses down as though you were gonna stand on it, and then release, pulsing down and releasing, and just feeling into the right hip drawing back and the right hand reaching forward. We're coming into either half split or pyramid. So when you back your hips up, walk the right foot directly in front. Half split is the back knees on the floor. pyramid, your back knee's off the floor. So they're both great, and they both target the back of your right leg. Pyramid's gonna get both legs, but primarily the front leg. So feel, in either position, feel your right foot pressing into the floor. If you're in half split, just press the heel into the floor. If you're in pyramid, press the whole entire foot into the floor, and feel your hips backing up, like your best friend is back, pulling your hips backwards as the front leg reaches forward. From here, listen carefully. We're just gonna bend the back knee behind your right heel. So just sit down, yeah, and your right foot is across your left leg. Twist to your right. Now the tendency would be that all the weight would be on your left hip, so sit that right butt down, twist a little deeper, shoulders draw down. So we'll stay here for a little bit. Feel both sit bones on the floor like there were both little legs, the bottom of your pelvis, and make sure your right sit bone is equally drawing down. Then as you ground that right hip and sits bone down, twist the ribs more to your right. So that grounding force allows your upper body to grow taller, and that length allows your upper body to twist more. Okay, your knees. Now this right knee is on top. We're gonna stack it on top of the left knee. So right knee on top. Make sure your ankles are far enough apart that you're not sitting on them. Lift the chest, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bow forward. Your arms could either rest on your legs or they could come forward. I personally love to push and pull into the floor a little bit, just get a little grip on the floor. Maybe side to side, anything that feels good for you here. Okay, so the last little twist here, both hands on the floor, walk over to your right. And now you could stay here or you could bend your left elbow and grab that top leg. Twist a little deeper and bow down. Make sure both sit bones are still grounded in the floor. Another little added bonus, if you want to, is your right hand walks back enough that your foot comes to your right forearm or elbow. So the bottom foot is coming and pressing. So you're pressing in, and as you do that, ground through the opposite hip. So both hips are grounding into the floor. You're using your arms and leg connection for just a little leverage. But then once you get that leverage, make sure it doesn't go towards strain. Make sure it's just going towards stability and actually allowing you to release more. It's a fine line, but give yourself that stability so you allow more release. Okay, slowly release. We're just gonna take the hands back and just take the legs out. My signature move, if you want, is taking the legs up and over, but it could really also just be kind of side to side. Anything that feels good here. Okay, and we're doing the opposite side. So let's take your left foot forward to this low, deep lizard lunge. Both hands on the inside, left foot out to the left. Now lift the back knee at first and lower the hips. Like your hips were gonna come to the heels of your hands, but the back knee is floating up towards the sky. Lift the chest. If you had a wall in front of you, your chest would be reaching for it and up the wall. Okay, back knee bends to the floor. You could turn the left toes out a little bit. Left hand's gonna reach up and all the way back. If you wanna bend that back knee, grab the foot and some possibilities here are moving the head and neck around, adjusting the front hand, the standing hand, and also bending the back elbow, pushing the foot and ankle in and out of your hand. Keep the chest lifted, keep the heart open. We're gonna release this back leg and take your left hand forward and to the floor. When it gets to the floor, walk it forward, walk it forward, walk it forward. Maybe your right forearm comes to the floor. You could also walk your left foot either over to the left further or farther forward. Try to get the upper body, the whole front body flat to the floor. It's obviously not gonna get there because your leg is in a lunge, but imagine that you could flatten it out on the floor and breathe into that length of your front body. If you like, you can do a few little pulses with your left foot pressing down and releasing, and feel that left hip drawing back in space as your left arm draws forward away from your hip. Okay, come on back with that left hand. Use it to help you up, either pyramid or half split. So both of these, the leg is going to be directly in front of your hips. If you're coming into pyramid, you're coming off of your back knee and you're bowing forward. So now just breathe and feel. Imagine your best friend is back, pulling your hips backwards, reminding you that you are indeed supported. And that support allows you to go a little bit deeper into your forward fold. Feel every single breath that's happening right now. Okay, we're gonna step the back foot forward and bend the knee to the outer front ankle and just sit down. So when you look at your legs, your right knee is down and your left knee is on top. Now even out the hips and twist to your left. And make sure both sit bones are on the floor equally. Roll the pelvis forward slightly by bringing the back hand closer to your sacrum and press into the hand. Yeah, and then as you feel that, lengthen the torso to twist a little deeper to your left. Shoulders draw down, and remember that fine line of, supporting through stability, but then softening. Don't go so deep into like such an intense stretch and twist that your whole body is tight. You want to feel that support and then relax into it. Relax even the space behind your eyes and the face. Okay, unwind that twist. Your left knee is on top, or whatever the opposite side is that you did before, and you're going to stack the left knee on top of the right knee. Inhale, lift the chest up, and exhale, bow down. Okay, the last twist we're going to do is walk the hands to your left. If you'd like, you stay right here. Otherwise, you could bend the upper arm and kind of grab onto that upper leg and use that to twist a little deeper. If you want to add on, you're going to take your left hand or forearm closer to the bottom foot and press the foot into the hand or the forearm. Bow down a little deeper, but ground through both hips. You slowly unwind. We're taking the legs out, either take them across like the Rockettes, or you're just going side to side. Soften your hip flexors, and then come all the way down onto your back. From your back, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Now reach through and grab your left shin or behind your thigh, either way. And you're just gonna pulse in, like you're bending the elbows, just pulsing in and out a few times. As you do that, feel your right ankle flex and press your right ankle into your left thigh more. Okay, now we're gonna bend in a little bit more, but don't lift the hips off. Let your hips lower down, like your hips all of a sudden became like a super heavy boulder, just sitting deeply in the earth. Let the shoulders soften and feel and imagine your back body lengthening. So as you release the weight of your head, you relax your hips and your pelvis even more, and your spine releases. Slowly switch sides. Your left ankle comes across to the right thigh. Grab your shin or your thigh and pulse in a few times, bending the elbows a little bit, and just get your shins and knees closer to your chest. Okay, we're gonna stay close, so feel free to bend the elbows as much as you need to, but then lower the hips down. So your hips are getting closer to the floor and the back of your head is resting. The whole back body is relaxing and growing longer. Slowly release both feet to the floor. So if you'd like a very relaxing position for your lower back, the feet get wide and the knees come together. You might draw your feet a little further apart. This is constructive rest. It's a great position to just release the back. Otherwise, either lengthening your legs down for Shavasana, or you could do an external rotation for Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, with the feet together, knees wide. Okay, so wherever you want to go there now. Take a nice deep breath in and open the mouth. Exhale all the air out. One more time, a big breath in. Open the mouth. And just relax. We'll just be here for about a minute, so just let your body relax completely. Very gently start to take some deep breaths and just roll your head from side to side and feel the weight of your head on the floor. Let the neck and shoulders remain soft and the jaw relaxed. And then just roll your feet in and out, so you can feel even the legs rotate in their sockets. Reach the arms above your head, the legs below you stretch through your whole body. And roll over to one side. Come on up to a seat. Once you arrive in your seat, observe your posture and your breath and your state of being. Just observe. Place the hands together at the heart. We bow in gratitude for this practice, for this space that we share. May we feel connected truly in our hearts, and for this breath of life. May we trust the mystery as it unfolds today. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.